These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Yada says, "Fear not, this currency will change because the demands of the budget will require it. It will not and cannot operate successfully at 1300 to 1. Pimpy says, "In the 1930s, you used to be able to get $4.86 for every Iraqi dinar you had. This continued up until the 1950s. All of a sudden, the value started to go down for decades. Once you got to about 1971, it was $2.80, then went back up to $3.22. 1973, $3.39. This continued to about 1980, has been in a steady decline ever since." Frank26 says, "All you that are going to exchange your dinars into American dollars, where are those dinars going?" "Into our U.S. Treasury. You think we can pay off the deficit? Yeah, in a blink of an eye." All right, Mark Z says, "Everyone is sitting at the ready and the anticipation on the banking side as of yesterday. They're still expecting some kind of announcement this week. They don't know what that means as to when we go in, but they have anticipation. We all hope it is accurate. I think it is highly doable and reasonable. We see an announcement this week." All right, Militiaman says, "There's some squabbling going on. Who's going to control the Iraqi exchange rate? That's been going on in the parallel market. They have to change some things because it hasn't been quite working. What would cure the parallel market is obvious to everybody. It's an exchange rate change. Something significantly stronger than the dollar would clear it up. They've said yesterday the situation has become more urgent to adopt new approaches that focus on blocking illegal channels and providing the facilities and flexibility required for legitimate currency trading markets." All right, Claire, quote, "Exchange companies are preparing for a major demonstration on Monday," unquote. Another quote, "The owners of exchange companies announced that they will stage a demonstration on the 3rd of July in front of the central bank gate of Al Rashid Street to demand a change in the bank's policy, which they described as wrong," unquote. Walking Stick via Frank26 says, "It is unlikely that this budget is 65 trillion dinars. It's more in the billions. We simply wait for the budget to show us a new exchange rate. It's all in accounting. They can change the rate at a moment's notice just like that, and they're prepared to do it. If you don't see a new exchange rate in the budget yet, no worries, but the budget is impossible at a program rate. We know that for a fact." Caproni says, "We expect the dinar to rise gradually as a result of the success and growth of their economy, as a result of the private sector investment and the increase in their own GDP. Iraq would make the dinar the main currency in Iraq, which they're beginning to do. They need to continue this transition to the digital dinar." All right, Pimpy says, "I agree it would be nice if they had a stronger currency. I think it'd be more helpful. They just don't have the right things in place in order for them to jump up to a high exchange rate. That's why I said you're going to see them doing it in increments. It's impossible for them to jump right into $3.22. All it takes is one small thing to happen within the oil market and it would totally collapse the entire economy." Frank26 question, "We're going to see the 800 number soon, Frank?" And Frank says, "There is no 800 number. You want an 800 number? Take your credit card, turn it around. There's the 800 number for your bank. Call them when this thing happens, see what their rate is. You want a universal 800 number? Call the U.S. Treasury. Don't do it now. Wait until it happens. But for there to be one number for every bank, every exchange institution, that's an insanity to even consider. Note whether there are safe 800 numbers or 800 numbers to avoid like the plague because there's security risk to you and your family. You will be alerted." Let's see. Mark Z via PDK from Iraq, quote, "Parliamentary work. No increase in social benefit salaries and 600,000 families will be included," unquote. Mark Z says what they're meaning is in their budget, they're going to increase the salaries for people on disability, etc. So they haven't increased the salaries yet, but have added 600,000 new families. This math does not work without a value change. We are watching as they roll out their new projects in Iraq, and they're going to need the new rate.